Okay, guys, making sure you can hear me. Um, just say yes if everybody can hear me. Give me a couple of yeses on the public chat. Yay! Hello. Wow. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy everything. We're so excited to be with you tonight, bring you along on our sleigh ride. I'm going to go through just a couple of things before we get into the meat of tonight. First of all, we want to mention our fundraiser for this season. So, for any of you guys that have had the pleasure of meeting LaTrinda Wilson, she is one of our lovely estheticians at the Snellville location. LaTrinda's been with us for many years, and she has raised her family, all her boys, she and her have in the Brookwood community. And unfortunately, her little Kevin, or they called him KC, got sick in 2007, and LaTrinda and her family spent quite a bit of time in the pediatric ICU at CHOA. And unfortunately, Kevin lost his life. And in order to honor Kevin, LaTrinda and her family put together a fundraiser because she realized what it felt like to be in the ICU and just need some comfort and some little gifts for the patients and the siblings and things like that. So she started on her own with her family, buying robes and socks and little toys and things that she could take in. And she would just set up in the ICU area at Christmas time and give these gifts to the families that were stuck there over the holidays. And it's turned into a machine. We partnered with her a couple of years ago and sent out the information to you guys, and you have blown it out of the water for her. She can't believe how successful this drive has been. So we wanted to honor Kevin's heart again this year, and we made it a little bit easier for you. It's kind of hard sometimes to get out, go shopping, bring it to the locations. You're welcome to do that if you want. So we have a toy section, or a section set up for the comfort items and the toys and things like that in each location. So if you're out shopping and you want to grab something and bring it in, please bring unwrapped gifts, because LaTrinda's going to take them and set them up. The deadline is the 15th, because she's actually going down to the hospital on the 16th to do the passing out of the gifts. Now, to make it a little bit easier this year, we actually created an Amazon storefront for you to go in and just check the items. You can pay for it online, and it will automatically ship to our office. And we get notification that you did that. And we wanted to give you a little stocking stuffer for doing that. So if you go in and you purchase on Amazon and we get notification that you purchased for Kevin's heart, we're giving you 2 units of Botox. So we're putting 2 units of Botox in your stocking here at About Face. And we really appreciate your support. The link is going to be sent out. Sam's doing a whole page of links for everything we talk about tonight, so you'll be able to find it there. So we hope that you'll join us with that. Also want to mention that we are also doing again this year, guess what's in Santa's pants? That's Sam's favorite fundraiser, or special that we do here at About Face. And so if you come in and you spend a minimum of $250 from December 11th through 15th, you get to pick a pair of Santa's pants off the tree and see what gift you get inside. You're either going to get some SKINVIVE, which you're going to find out about tonight, some Botox units, or some of our skincare products, or some of our boutique items. So that's always one of our most popular specials through the season. So please join us for that. And wanted to remind you that we do have our sale continuing through this weekend. Now, of course, we're closed Saturday and Sunday. So if you wanted to buy product online, it will be 12% off. But as far as coming in and purchasing or calling us to purchase services at 12% off, that will end on Friday at 5. So just giving you the reminder on that. And also, gift cards fit everybody. So if you are looking for some ideas to give your friends and family, gift cards are always wonderful. You can come in and buy a physical gift card like this, or you can go online and come to our website and you can get the e-gift certificates, which are easier maybe sometimes to pick up. So as for tonight, we are going to be talking about 3 new babies in the house that we're very excited about. First, we're going to talk about SKINVIVE, which is a new Allergan product that I have been using a lot of this past few weeks and love it. We're going to talk about our new laser system. A lot of you saw that we were in Chicago. I think about a long day. I'm sorry. We were in Vegas. Chicago's fun, but we were in Vegas and we picked up a new toy, and we're going to tell you about that new toy tonight. And we have some new products we want to tell you about. And I'm going to invite my partners on stage. I think it's a good time to invite my partners on stage because I am having a hard time here. So this is Olivia Brach in the center here. Olivia is our lead esthetician in the Snellville location. And on the right is Kelly Murray, and she is our lead esthetician and manager in our Hamilton Mill location. So welcome, ladies.
We're excited to talk to y'all tonight. We have some fun things in store.
We do. So let me first carry on, and I am going to tell you about SKINVIVE. So SKINVIVE, and let me just get back here. SKINVIVE is a product by Allergan. It is in the Juvederm family, and it's a little bit different because traditionally our fillers are used to volumize and make things look bigger and lifted or something like that. And the SKINVIVE is a little bit different. So when we think about our fillers, you think about Voluma, which a lot of you have used in the past, and Voluma we use to traditionally lift the cheeks. And Juvederm we use to volumize the lips and maybe do a little work in here. We have a few products that we use. Recently, we got Volux, which is a very hardy, firm filler that we like to use to tuck the jawline. It's been wildly successful. We do a lot of Volux. And we've been waiting on SKINVIVE because we had heard that it was going to be coming to the United States. They've been using this in Europe under the name Volift for years. And we were waiting to get the SKINVIVE here. And it took quite a while. So when we got it, we were already pumped and talking about it, and it has gone insanely wild. SKINVIVE is more like a honey consistency. So whenever we're using SKINVIVE, if we're using Volux to lift a jawline, it's going to be firmer, like a muscle. It's going to feel more like a firm muscle, more like a Jello jiggler. If we're using the Juvederm, like the lip area and then this area, Velour, some of the other products, they're going to be more like Jello. They have that a little bit more loose consistency. And SKINVIVE is going to be more like honey. It's going to have more of a syrupy feel. So the way SKINVIVE works is we inject it just beneath the skin, and it's going to hydrate the skin. It's considered a skin booster. So it's going to stimulate collagen. It's going to give you a little bit of a glow. For our ladies that have the little lateral cheek crepey creases, it's going to make those look much smoother. For our younger clients who don't have those little creases in the cheeks, it's just going to make that skin have this really nice hydrated glow because you're putting a lot of hyaluronic acid just beneath the skin. Now, it's been FDA approved to treat this area, and that's great. We're treating this area. And as with all of our products, we are able to use it in other areas, such as around here, around these little smoker's lines and lip pleats, around the crow's foot area. Some of the little stubborn forehead creases, we're a little bit careful with that. And in the neck area where you might have some little crepey tissue there. It has been a game changer for us. Where we've tried to do this with other products, you have to be very careful because they will show on the surface of the skin and look bumpy. This just melts right into the skin and just looks nice and smooth and makes that skin look very supple. You will absolutely love it. It gives you that nice glow. It's like injecting your moisturizer. So if you think about the products, we're building the base with Voluma and Volux. And we're volumizing with Juvederm and Velour and things like that in these areas. We're using something a little bit thinner like Volbella in the teardrop areas. But this is the newest. So this is the icing on the cake where we're just injecting it just beneath the skin to give you that really nice, smooth collagen stimulation. We don't have to numb for this. That's awesome. It feels like Botox. And so we just do what we call little kisses, just and it takes about 15 minutes to do the whole treatment. So we're able to add it on typically if you're getting your injectable treatment. If you're getting Botox and you want to add it on, we like to know ahead of time so we can add a couple of minutes if we need to. And there's typically no bruising. It just goes into that surface skin where we don't see a lot of bruising when we treat there. You can get a bruise, so I don't want to promise, but we don't see a lot of bruising there. I'm going to show you a picture, and I actually put it in black and white because it's a lot easier to see textural differences in black and white photos. So this is my friend, and she texted me and said, okay, whatever that stuff is that you did, I love it. And so she really wasn't bothered by cheek creases. She didn't have a lot going on, but she could definitely see that glow. And you can see in that right picture how much smoother and how much more supple her skin looks. This is at 2 weeks after her treatment. So what we're finding is it looks really nice at 2 weeks. At 4 weeks, it looks really nice. And so typically we're taking a peek at 4 weeks if somebody thinks they might want to get a little bit more and see how they look. It lasts about 6 months. And this is another woman. So she had struggled with these lateral cheek creases, had lost a little bit of weight, and we're seeing a whole lot of weight loss with the new dieting methods and medications and things out there. And so we're seeing a lot more of the laxity in that cheek. And this woman started walking a lot. In her walk, she started just shrinking down. And so we were seeing more of these creases. The picture on the left is before, of course. In the center, we used the standard. When you buy a SKINVIVE treatment, we get 2 syringes of material when you buy the SKINVIVE treatment. So we typically do 1 syringe on each side or a syringe here and here. We decide what would best suit you. And so the one in the center is 2 weeks after her standard treatment. And the one on the far right is 4 weeks after her standard treatment. So you can see how much more those creases improved over the 4 weeks. She's extremely happy. We did a little more actually after this last picture here. So we'll show those pictures for you so you can take a look at that. So we have a special offer for you tonight. The SKINVIVE treatment is normally $660. We have put that on the 12% discount that we have for the holidays. So with the discount, it's $580.80. And to sweeten the pot for you, we are going to offer a free dermaplaning treatment. So the dermaplaning facial is a wonderful addition to this because it's going to get the surface dead skin cells and vellus hair off the surface of the skin. And then the SKINVIVE is going to go in and make that skin more supple and firm. And that's a good combo. So that is a great Christmas present. Let me move on to the next slide. Olivia, mine's fine. I see you flashing a little bit. So we'll just make sure. You can run in here with me if you need to. Olivia and I are in Snellville. Kelly is in Hamilton Mills. So we are divided up tonight. I want to move on and talk about our new toy that we got in Las Vegas and tell you a little bit about our thinking behind that. Did you know, I'm going to put my glasses on. Did you know that 415 million people in America suffer from rosacea? And if you aren't familiar with rosacea, lucky you, but rosacea is that redness that we see across the cheeks and the face. Sometimes it's full face. Sometimes people get pustules that look like acne. That's me. If I get upset or nervous, I'll start getting these random pimples everywhere, and it is my rosacea acting up. It is a very common thing that people suffer with. And 84% of the population have spider veins, whether on the face or on the legs. And 40% of the population suffer from pigment concerns, whether it's sunspots or melasma. Melasma is a hormonally related condition where you get these brown splashes of color, and it's made worse by heat and sunlight. But the fact that melasma is made worse by heat means that we have to be very careful if we're treating it with a laser device because we're putting heat into the skin. And skin rejuvenation ranks in the top 10 of non-surgical procedures, which we already know that because we do so much skin rejuvenation. So we have traditionally had the Lumecca system. A lot of you have used our IPO called Lumecca to treat brown spots and treat redness and things like that. And at a point, we were very happy with our Lumecca results. But over time, we started seeing that we needed to upgrade that technology and get something that was a little bit better to treat those issues for you guys. And so we did a lot of shopping around and a lot of testing out, and we settled upon a device that we are very excited about. So I am going to let Kelly move on and talk about our new baby.
Okay, hi everybody. So I wanted to talk to you about our new laser and where it's going, where its place is in our practice. So as many of you know, two of our most popular treatments for anti-aging and evening the skin tone are our Vivace and our Cool Peel. Our Vivace is our radiofrequency microneedling, which is going to be going into different depths of the skin, pushing in that thermal energy, as well as manually stimulating the healing response. So you get multiple levels of tightening and skin rejuvenation. And then our Cool Peel, which we launched last year, is going to be amazing for retexturizing the skin and helping to do some superficial tightening. So that kind of crepiness or any superficial sun damage, those are a great combo even to do together. And while they all have, those both have so many pros, neither one really addresses facial redness. And as we already talked about, Chrissy already mentioned, with melasma as well as the wide range of skin types that we see in our practice, we're limited with certain devices on how aggressive we can be. And so we're really excited to have brought in the ExcelV Plus, which is the #1 system in the world for treating facial redness. And it is able to do that through a couple of different hand pieces, and it can get a little bit confusing to go in depth on how each of them work. But hopefully after my wordy presentation here, you'll understand a little bit better. And if you have any questions, just slide them into the chat or reach out to us after the webinar. And we'll be happy to make sure that you understand everything that we've gone over and see if you're a candidate. So the ExcelV Plus is the first laser to feature a micropulse technology of energy. So the laser light is going to be so targeted that it is able to break up pigment without affecting the surrounding tissue. And that's really important when we're dealing with darker skin types or really anyone who's just about as fair as me and Chrissy. So let me just the next slide here is going to go over all of the different skin kind of irregularities or concerns that a lot of our clients have that it's going to address. And this is going to blow you away. Mm-hmm. All right. Hopefully you can see my slide here.
Everything, guys. Everything.
Guys, it treats everything, seriously. So the #1 thing that we're excited about, one of the great things is going to be how well it addresses facial redness. So that's whether it's diffuse redness or a rosacea, or if it's just a bunch of facial telangiectasia. That's all the little broken capillaries that kind of look like webbing through the skin, or the nasal telangiectasia, which I'll show you a video of in just a moment, which is a big concern for a lot of our clients, where those little capillaries just stem from the base of the nose, or you might right under here, and they were really tricky to treat with our IPL. So we have done so many models, and we've been so happy with the results that we've gotten, really the instant gratification from treating those skin concerns. On the vascular side of things, it is also going to treat leg veins. So this is going to be a great alternative to our very popular sclerotherapy, which right now only our really highly skilled nurses are able to do. They inject the sclerotherapy solution. Chrissy can go into more detail, but instead of having to inject the sclero solution, we'll be able to do a treatment or 2 or 3, kind of depends on the severity of the leg veins. But we'll be able to basically break those up in our treatment room as well. It can treat cherry angiomas, which I'll also show you a video of. Those little red kind of rays. They look like little blood blisters under the skin almost, and they're so hard to treat with any other modality, but this will just zap them out just like that. And then I'll show you a slide in a little bit of poikiloderma, which is going to be hormonally induced, but also sun damage on the neck and chest. And
we call them racing stripes sometimes, Kelly. over the years, people come in and say, what are these? And we laugh that they're racing stripes, but the red and brown, sometimes it's all over the neck, and sometimes it just really shows up down the neck and chest. But we talk about it almost daily here.
Yeah, so it's been really great for that as well. Into the pigment category, which we were really happy with our Lumecca and how it was able to treat pigment, but this is going to be much more targeted. So we're actually able to decrease the spot size of our aiming beam, where when we had our IPL, we had a fixed area that we were able to work in, and we really couldn't make that smaller or more targeted. We had to hit all of the color in an area, and we were that limited us in some of the things that we could treat. So with the ExcelV Plus, we can go between hand pieces, adjust our aiming beam or our tracing tool, and we can really kind of target those stubborn age spots and lintagens and those little dark pigment areas that bother so many of you. If you have, I would say for freckles and things that are not so much superficial, it would be more of a generalized treatment where we're going to brighten the skin. And that's where that would actually pair really well with our cool peel as well. And then on here, something that's near and dear to my heart is treating melasma, because I have that myself, and know my clients who have any issues with melasma are really, concerned about getting that. They're always on the brightening products to try to address that, and even the skin tone, and they don't want to make it any worse. They want to avoid all the triggers that are going to make it worse. And so with the ExcelV Plus and the Laser Genesis side, where we're not putting heat all the way down into the tissue, we're just kind of tickling the surface and breaking up that pigment. It's really great if we're able to spread that over a series of treatments to help to soften the appearance of melasma. There are some other applications as well, and I have a couple of clients in mind who might already be in the chat or might be watching tonight, who have asked me continuously about sebaceous hyperplasia, and if we are ever going to have a treatment to help to reduce those or to remove those from the skin. And those are those little raised, they're defunct pores that have kind of protruded from the skin, and they have this donut shaped pattern. They're really common on the forehead, but it makes the skin texture look very uneven. And with this new laser, we're going to be able to get rid of those really quickly. So I'm really excited about that as well. If there's anything else on here that I haven't touched on, Chrissy, that I need to address, you just let me know.
I don't think so. There's some other things that we are going to get to a little later. Did you touch on the toenails?
Oh, so I'm
We're
so
totally
excited to talk about this.
Faith.
So the Laser Genesis, which I'll explain in a little more detail in just a second, but the Laser Genesis is going to be basically pushing a heat onto the skin to kill bacteria, and it also happens to kill toenail fungus. So this has been a tried and true method that some practices, this is kind of where they found their niche, and they are doing toenail fungus all day long. And I'm not saying that's what I want to do, but if you have,
I do. I think that is absolutely cool. I would the toenail fungus, traditionally to get rid of a toenail fungus, and maybe I am a little more sensitive to it since I'm older than these ladies, and I have friends now that are dealing with toenail funguses. You have to take drugs that damage your liver sometimes. It's a little sketchy. So this is awesome to have a treatment that doesn't hurt and gets rid of a toenail fungus. Sorry, I got a little excited about the toenail fungus.
We have a pain-free way, a risk-free way to treat toenail fungus as well. So, if you want to quietly raise your hand for that one, then we'll be in touch. Okay, let me just go over here. I'm going to share a couple videos. Let me just make sure I hit all my talking points. So all right. Yes. All right, so I'm going to highlight what the device can do, and I think there's nothing better than actually seeing it in action. When I go ahead and share these videos, it's going to take us off the screen, and we won't be able to talk over the video. So we'll come back in between the videos and kind of explain what you watched. The first thing that I'm going to show is actually a video of vein removal. So this is going to be probably one of our most, not veins in particular, but the ExcelV, kind of the main treatment that we're going to be doing. So it's going to be going after veins. It can go after reds. It can go after browns. So without further ado, awesome, right? You could see the veins just disappearing right before your eyes. That is amazing. And that was a video. I'm actually not sure which part of the body, but we can treat anywhere on the body, y'all. We can treat the capillaries, the distended capillaries on the face with that handpiece that you saw, and on the body. So it's really fun and rewarding, just as much as any of our treatments are.
And I have to say, like, I do the sclerotherapy on the legs, and I think that this may be a treatment that is wonderful for getting some of those stubborn spider veins, and then we can come back and clean up with the sclerotherapy. Anything that the laser didn't get might be a better way to do somebody that has quite a few leg veins. But for those of you, and I think a few of you were joining us tonight, that I have done sclerotherapy on the face, this, because we're able to really pinpoint down and get very close on those veins, is going to be a little bit more effective, and especially those around the nose and places that it was really tough to get them. So we are really excited to have something a little more thorough than we've ever had to offer before.
Yes. Okay. So one of the other concerns that I would love to help to just kind of clean up the skin after we've made everyone's skin all porcelain and flawless are those little telangiectasias that are so stubborn to treat around the nose. So I'm just going to show you that one really quickly. It is right here. Okay, so you may have noticed that that also looked like a different handpiece that we're using. That's called a dermostat. You don't need to know the name of the handpiece. We will figure out what's best for you guys. But that's our little tracing tool. So it's getting down in there and it's working on all those little fine capillaries where we need something that's going to get 2 millimeters or smaller. And it's a great spot treatment as well. So if we've already done a full treatment of whether it's an ExcelV treatment all over the face, or say we've done a hydrofacial or a diamond glow, and there's a couple little capillaries that we want to hit, or a cherry angioma that we want to get, but we don't want to break out the big guns and do the whole face, then we would pull out our little dermostat and we would spot treat that for you really quickly. So that's been a great one too. The laser genesis. So this is a little snippet from the training that Olivia and I did a month ago. Where we were doing laser genesis on one of our employees. And this is going to be the one you're going to see that nothing is actually touching the skin. There's an aiming beam that is pushing heat onto the tissue. And then there's a little reader on the side of the handpiece that tells me how hot the skin is getting. We are wanting to target the skin in a certain range based on what we're trying to treat, whether that's facial rejuvenation, whether that's calming inflammation, whether it's killing bacteria to help to treat acne, or whether it's helping to kind of tickle those melanocytes and break up the pigment for melanin. It has a lot of different functions, and I'm just going to show you that. And this one has a little bit of music too. So here we go.
I love the music.
Yeah, 'tis the season. So with that one, it's very quick. We can do the whole face or the whole face and neck in about 15 to 20 minutes. It's very comfortable. There's no downtime. You're going to get immediate results. I would consider it a red carpet treatment if you're just kind of in it for the glow and the rejuvenation. If you're wanting to treat something like if you have inflamed acne, or if you're stubborn, suffering with hormonal acne, or if you're your 16-year-old child is having trouble with acne, then they would be a candidate for this procedure. And it's going to require more than one. We actually recommend to do those spaced over 2-week periods for 6 treatments. But we're going to kill the bacteria and see some amazing results with that. And I do actually wish that I had a before and after of an acne treatment, but we'll get some of those loaded after the fact so you can see how great that is for acne as well. That is one last little cherry on top. I'm going to show you a couple cherry angiomas being treated just because that's really satisfying to watch. Here we go. Last video. Okay, so those cherry angiomas were on the trunk of someone's body. That's very commonplace for them to occur, but they can also be in the hairline or in the middle of the face or on the arms. I mean, they can really occur anywhere. And you saw that they started out really bright cherry red where they get the name. And then as soon as we hit it with the laser, they turn dark, and all that blood has been evaporated. It starts to dry out. And then that just kind of flakes away from the skin in a matter of days. So that's a really quick, effective, pain-free treatment for cherry angiomas as well.
It was so cool. So when we first were looking at the laser, we brought it into the office and we were playing with it. And Sam had a few cherry angiomas about the head, and just to zap those and watch them disappear. That was so much fun. And did a little bit of the vessels on his face. And talking about discomfort, like there may be some cases where we need to use some numbing cream. Typically, no. I mean, Sam is not the bravest soul when it comes to anything here. That's my husband, for those of you that don't know, and he works with us here. And he said it really was not uncomfortable. We treated, he had a lot of little broken capillaries on his face. I didn't have that one. I had the laser Genesis that Kelly was just talking about, the skin rejuvenation. I will tell you that it was such a unique experience because we have a lot of things where you have to wear numbing cream and it hurts. And this one, I would say if you wanted to do a rejuvenation package where you didn't have any downtime, it's wonderful. It fits in so well with the Vivace and the Cool Peel. It can take down some of the inflammation from those and add a little bit more stimulation to your collagen result. But it feels, when they're waving that wand that you saw Kelly was waving, it feels like somebody turns on a little electric blanket and it starts to get warm and it feels really good. And about the time you're like, okay, that's getting hot, it moves to the next area. So very comfortable. And, I only did one of the treatments, and those, of course, we're going to have to do in a series, but I looked great for about a week. I could really see the glow from that one Laser Genesis treatment. I am so can't wait to get some time after Christmas to get together with these girls and get some treatments done.
Yes, you'll have to get in line, Chrissy. Okay.
Yeah, you have to get in line.
Put on the waiting list. Okay. So I'm going to show a couple of before and afters because the proof is in the pudding here. So this first lady, as you can see, is, she's got a couple of different concerns going on. But first, and after just 4 weeks after she went through a little mini series, and a couple weeks after that, you can see that it completely resolved the diffused redness on her cheek and helped to decrease it on the chin. And I know a lot of you are going, well, what about that little bit of redness that's still lingering on the nose? How come that's still there? Well, first of all, what a great transformation to get from the left side to the right side. This client was probably very happy with this and probably would have been very happy to just stop here. But in our practice, we would target the biggest concern first, which would be all of the diffused redness, and making sure that that has been addressed. And then we can kind of fine tune and go in and start to spot treat some more of those visible capillaries that she has through the nose and down onto the chin as well. And it's important to note that when we're dealing with anything vascular, especially capillaries, this is true of the legs too, but capillaries on the face, our goal is to get as much improvement for as long as possible, but it's never going to be permanent, because we don't want to permanently remove all the facial veins. You need blood to feed the skin. So over time, you might see some new or re-emerging capillaries, and we will just address them at that time. But definitely to get some clarity and some evening from the redness, even if it's for a year at a time, I think that's really great. The next one is going to be the poikiloderma racing stripes that we were talking about on the neck and chest. And we're seeing a lot of concerns on the neck and the chest. So this is, as you see, a really tightly, it's a mix of red and brown. You see the red primarily, but there's brown dyschromia as well that's kind of shadowing the redness. And poikiloderma can be very tricky to treat because of, all of the years of sun damage for the most part that have contributed to this condition. There are a couple other factors as well, but mostly sun damage. So this is after 3 treatments. It's a little bit cut out, but 3 treatments and we were to get that much resolution from this client's poikiloderma. So that's amazing with the ExcelV. Here is a kind of going from the redness over to the brown. This is going to be a combination of the ExcelV and the Laser Genesis for facial rejuvenation, but also targeting a lot of that kind of generalized freckling and just uneven skin tone after just 2 treatments, you guys, 2 treatments, and we were able to get this much. So then I'd want to go in and probably, help clear up a little bit around the eyes. We could go a little bit further with this and then maybe even do a chemical peel or something, and her skin would look amazing. And then here we've got probably what we see most frequently, other than the capillaries around the nose, is going to be the diffused kind of facial matting, where you have so many like little webs of capillaries through the cheeks, that it really makes the tone look uneven, and you just have that rosiness all the time because the skin is flushed. And with 3 treatments, they were able to get this amount of clearing on this client's skin. And then she could do some SKINVIVE and kind of soften up those little lines around the eyes there. Yeah. And then a dark lining to get rid of all the vellus hair. And she's ready to go.
Like mouth watering on these.
So fun. Okay. And I've been so involved in these slides here that I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but I'll go back through and address any questions that you guys have after I'm done talking, and I get to pass it along back to Chrissy and Olivia. So I know you guys are probably wondering, how much does this cost? What do I need to fork over to get these results? And the answer to that is you're going to get, in addition to having a special just from tonight's webinar for 20% off of series, you also are getting 12%, which was part of our 12 days of Christmas that we're extending off of a single treatment. So if you want to see what this device can do for you, and you just want to go with one treatment to do redness or to tackle, a red carpet treatment or to do a spot treatment here or there, you can get 12% off. But if you really want to see some great results and you want to do a package of 3, or if you want to, we can customize it for you and do some spot treatment and some leg veins and some, poikiloderma, then you're going to get 20% off of all of our series. And that pricing starts at just $900 for a series of 3, depending on the area. And we will post all of the details for that as well.
And the way we're working that, guys, this one is a little bit different, because we don't want you to sit home and say, well, I'm looking in the mirror and I think I need this and I need to buy this series. This one is going to be a little bit more customized for you guys. And so the way we're setting this one up is, if you call or you respond in the chat and let us know that we need to reach out to you. We're happy to do that, because we can reach out through text or phone calls. And just let us know that you would like to set up an appointment. If you make an appointment before the end of December, you don't have to come in December. You can come in January or even February if the schedule works out better for you. But as long as that appointment is set for your consultation to come in and talk with us to decide what you need to do, as long as you make that appointment by the end of December, we're going to honor either the 12% on the single treatment or the 20% off of the series of 3 for you. So just make sure that you let us know either in the chat or you send us a text as we text back and forth through our system here, or you give us a call and let us know that you would like to set that appointment before the end of December. And you can come in for that appointment January forward if you need to. Absolutely in December if you need to. So we would be happy to get that set for you. And can you tell we're excited about the new laser? Oh my goodness. It is all the good things that we have been missing. It's the perfect in between the Vivace and the Cool Peel. But that also brings up some more conversation. Maybe you have some questions about which one's best for you. We can also answer that in a consultation. We think generally like Vivace is, come in, Olivia. We think generally Vivace is for lifting. We think Cool Peel is for that surface glow and getting that surface very clear. And this is also a unique device that helps primarily with the reds and the browns, as Kelly said, and that collagen stimulation with the laser genesis. So I know sometimes people say, oh gosh, there's so much I don't know what you're talking about and what I need. Let us figure that out for you. We're setting this up so that you have the time to come in and talk with us and find out what you need. So the consultations are being set up with Kelly at Hamilton Mill and Olivia here in Snellville, and we will get you in just as quickly as possible. Thank you, Kelly, so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
And as is always the case when you're doing a live webinar, something's always going to go sideways on you. So poor Olivia's computer just went bloop, and it knocked her off. And so she came into my room. So I'm going to step out and Olivia step in and tell you about our new products in the 180 line. So come on over, Olivia.
Hi, guys. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi went out. So I was just going to go over the 3 new products we have recently brought on with the About Face skincare line. So I'm just going to start with our Growth Factor Glow. So this is actually a 2-step treatment. As you can see, there are 2 products. One is going to be a serum base, and then the other one is a cream base. And we actually end up mixing them together, and then that's what activates the ingredients. And then we will apply that to face and neck. This is actually a plant-derived growth factor, so it's perfect for sensitive skin. If you have any erythema, it's perfect for post-procedure skin. So like with the laser Kelly was talking about, this treatment would actually speed up the healing time, which is nice. But you can use it even when you're not going through treatment. It'll kind of stimulate that collagen production, get the cell turnover going. It does help with fine lines and wrinkles, which is nice, which we all want to be taken care of. But this product, morning and night, every single day. This is probably one of our most popular products right now. It is not a moisturizer though, so you still do need to top it with your favorite moisturizer to get the most hydration and then let everything soak in, which is nice. And then our next new product is our Glow Drop. So this is actually a niacinamide-based serum. We've been getting a lot of requests for niacinamide products. So we heard you and we listened, and we actually brought this one on recently. This is one of my personal favorites. I will say with starting out with this product, since it is 15% niacinamide, I would start out probably 2 to 3 times a week just so the skin gets acclimated. It is a pretty strong product, so you do see results pretty quick, but if you are more on the sensitive side, you might get a little bit flushed, you might get a little bit tingly when you first put it on. But this product is a great gentle exfoliator, so it's going to help exfoliate off the dead skin. It does help control sebum production, so if you do have acne problems, it will help kind of keep the oil at bay to kind of keep the bacteria from growing, so it helps with that. It does help with pore size, which is nice. The product is formulated to break down pigmentation, so it leaves a nice, smooth, bright complexion. That's pretty much why everyone was wanting this product, just because some products are a little bit too harsh for them when it comes to brightening up the skin and breaking down pigmentation. So if you are a little bit more on the sensitive side to a retinol, niacinamide would be a good alternative for you, since you can use that one a little bit more without having to take so many breaks. And then our last one. So this is the exfoliating drops. So this is actually a lactic acid. So it's a 10% lactic. So it's actually a hydrating lactic. So this product is going to be helping with skin texture. So if you do have any rough skin, if you do have any acne scarring, anything like that where you just feel rough a lot, this does help exfoliate off that dead skin, which is nice. It is gentle enough so it won't burn or tingle or anything like that. You can actually pair this one with a retinol if you do want to just speed up any results you're looking for, or just enhance anything that you're looking for. This one is very, like I said, hydrating, so it's very soothing. So it feels like silk when it goes onto the skin, which is nice. You can actually use this one morning and night. I like to use this one in the morning because it feels good under my sunscreen. So this one, like I said, you can pair with retinol. You can do them at nighttime. Obviously, if you're using it with retinol, only nighttime, not in the morning time. But this one I wouldn't use after a procedure like the ones we're talking about, the glow drops and then the exfoliating drops. I'd wait a few days before using that after one of these type of treatments, just to let the skin heal. But these products are great. If you want to use them together, you can, which is nice. But do keep in mind, with the seasons changing, our skin is changing. It's colder out. We're going to be more dry. So if you guys are seeing kind of like a plateau right now with your products, definitely come in for a consultation and we can kind of lean you in the right direction when it comes to switching up your products. Yeah.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to scoot you over, Olivia. We have to share the screen now. So that is our new babies for the evening, and we want to thank you guys for joining us. The products are going to be on special for the 12% off that we're offering through Sunday. So you can come in and buy the products through Friday afternoon at 5. And then if you want to come, if you don't get in and you want to purchase online, you can, and we'll give you the 12% off there. So actually, we're going to give you the 12% off through the end of December on the products because we are launching them tonight. So we're going to give you a little bit longer on these 3 products. I want to just say a couple things because Olivia is absolutely stunning and she's in her 20s. I am older than Olivia. Shocking, I know. And I have to say that the niacinamide cream, I am pustular rosacea. I am so sensitive, have a hard time using retinols. The niacinamide serum has become my best friend, which we are calling the glow drops. It is amazing. And she's right. I had to be a little bit careful in the beginning because I got a little tingle, but I can't believe how this has given me so much smoothness and so much color correction. And I also want to say that this, the growth factor glow, oh my goodness. So the TNS is another product that we have that is a little bit like this one. And I love the TNS and it is a huge, huge fan favorite here, but it is very pricey. And the price of this product, Sam's posting the links with all the pricing information, is quite significantly less than the TNS Advanced Plus Serum. And I really enjoy the feel and the application of this one. So I have felt a little bit more benefit from this particular kit. I think some people are seeing that they like to go back and forth between the two. Some people prefer TNS, and that is perfectly fine. But I love these. I also love and use the lactic acid, but for my personal needs, I am getting a lot of benefit out of that, the glow drops. So that's my 2 cents as an older woman in this. But if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat. I think Kelly is trying to keep us caught up right now on the chat questions. And I'm going to go back through one more time and just tell you about tonight's special offer. So the SKINVIVE treatment, which was the injectable moisturizer, we're going to say the skin booster. It is the 2 syringes for the 12% off, which is $580.80. And we are also throwing in a free dermaplaning facial, which is a $125 value. So that is awesome. A few people were asking, which do I do first? It really doesn't matter. They're both going to make you look great. The deal is, though, we have to treat SKINVIVE like an injectable filler, even though it's not exactly a filler. So we would not want you to do that dermaplaning less than 2 weeks after you do SKINVIVE. You can do dermaplaning and come see me the same day. You probably wouldn't want to put numbing cream on top of that pretty dermaplane skin, but you can do the dermaplaning and come see Mary, Jana, or I immediately after. But if you do the SKINVIVE first, you're going to have to wait 2 weeks to do anything else, including your dermaplaning facial. And you will get your Alley points, or you can spend your Alley points on the SKINVIVE. We also want to mention, as Kelly said, we are offering for our ExcelV Plus laser, which includes the Laser Genesis. And if you get mixed up, you can say the new laser, because we are all giddy about the new laser. We are offering you 12% off a single treatment or 20% off a series of treatments. And when we say series, you come in and you have redness and brown spots on your face, on your hands, on your chest, different places that we're working on. We will most likely want to do a series to get all of that color corrected for you. Now, if we did one and you look fantastic, we could take the balance and put it towards the Laser Genesis, which is skin rejuvenation, or we'll talk about it and figure out what we want to do for you. But typically we will want to do a series of 3 just to really get all of that color at bay. And lastly, as Olivia mentioned, we are offering the 12% on our products through the end of December. Let me go back to the laser for a second, because I just want to make sure we're clear on that. As long as you schedule an appointment by the end of December, you don't have to come in, just schedule the consultation before the end of December, and you're going to get that 12% off a single or the 20% off the series. So we're not asking you to pay for anything right now, because we really want to know what you need before you pay anything for it. We want to make sure that we have that customized for you. So if you have any questions, let's hear your questions. Let's see if anything. I think we're keeping up. Thank you guys, saying some nice things. How far apart were those treatments to get those results, Kelly?
They varied, but if we're going to be treating all over for facial redness or for brown, then generally those are 4 weeks apart, and generally in a series of 3 or so. And then if we're going to be doing the Laser Genesis, which is the kind of that targeted heat energy, depending on what it's for, sometimes those can be spaced 2 weeks apart.
All right. And I'm going to let Olivia take a peek at this question here.
And then, so Chloe asked, is PRP ever used in addition to the laser to help with healing? It is not. So with the PRP, we use that pretty much when we are completely ablating the skin. So like with our Cool Peel, the CO2 laser, or like with Babachi or microneedling, when we're actually creating channels in the skin, that's when we would use the PRP, so the PRP could penetrate. So not with this laser.
Mally asks, will it work on your hands? Yes, Mally, it does work on your hands. It's the browns. Typically, we don't have red on our hands, but the brown spots, it will help. There are some lesions that are textured brown lesions. Those are going to be a little bit difficult. I am covered with those. I should have never gotten out in the sun, and I did a lot, and I did a little tanning bed before I knew better when I was young. So I have quite a few of the textured brown lesions. It will help with those a little bit. I'm not making promises on those, but brown spots, hyperpigmentation, melasma, which is huge news with this device, we're able to treat all of those. And you're not going to really know probably what you have. So you're going to have to come talk to these ladies and let them help you figure out if you'd be a good candidate for it.
Some of the questions I've addressed, but I think that it's not like attaching to the question itself. It's later on down. So,
yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like, and we have a lot more stuff down here. Did you haven't answered Carrie. So Carrie asked, are the ExcelV Plus and the Genesis the same laser, but used differently? And that's a good question, Carrie, because it can get a little confusing when we're talking about this machine. So I'll let Kelly take that.
So it's part of the same machine, which I actually have behind me right now. And we have 3 different hand pieces. So The Laser Genesis is its own handpiece. No part of that ever touches the skin. And then our other two, which just so that we're not going to be confusing clients with the names of the handpieces versus the type of treatment, we have the Cool View and we have the Dermostat. And then those are going to be treating kind of larger areas or smaller areas, you know, of the skin, whether it's capillaries or sunspots or whatever it is. So, and this laser it's very customizable. And we have multiple wavelengths, multiple joules, multiple hertz and frequencies that we toggle between to make sure that we're getting the most effective treatment for each person's concern, because everyone's skin is different. They've had their rosacea or their pigmentation for longer, or it's deeper, or they have a different skin type or a different skin color. So it's going to be customized for each person, and you don't need to worry about which handpiece to book. We'll do that all for you.
We are laughing, Olivia and I, at how many people have toenail fungus they're confessing on the private chat. Now put it on the public
I
chat.
haven't even gone to the private chat yet. Y'all, Olivia loves to treat toenail fungus too.
I'll do it.
I love that. And we have a question about the marionette lines, Debbie. The marionette lines with the SKINVIVE. So the SKINVIVE is a skin booster. So I would have to look at you to tell you that. And I know you're sweet-faced little Debbie, but it would be beneficial. I'm going to say this as a general, and I'm going to say, yes, little Debbie, that would help you, but it would be good if you have just that little bit of laxity. If you had a true fold over in the marionette area or a true volume loss, we would need to go in with a little bit thicker filler and then put the SKINVIVE on top. It's not going to be volumizing anything. It's going to be smoothing out tight looking tissue in that area. All right. Sunspots on the hands. The laser that Kelly was talking about, the ExcelV Plus, will be wonderful for sunspots on the hands. We're excited about that. All right.
And everybody who chatted in that they wanted a consultation and they want someone to reach out to them, we will definitely be doing that. We have a whole transcript here. We'll make sure that we have everyone who is interested, and one of us will be following up with you or our front desk, depending on what your question is, to get you a consultation and answer your questions after the webinar tomorrow.
Somebody asked about SKINVIVE to be used in the under eye area for dark circles. That's something where I would want to see you. Yes, we can use products in the under eye for under eye dark circles. I would want to know if you had some true volume loss. I need to go and put a little bit of maybe Volbella or something a little hardier. Sometimes it's an issue of cheek needing just a little bit more to lift it to help with those under eye circles. And sometimes SKINVIVE might be an appropriate solution. So with that, I probably will want to take a look at you. If you wanted to take advantage of the SKINVIVE, you would be welcome to, and we could switch it around if another product needs to be used.
And I see, Miriam, you're asking which 180 product that you pair with retinol. That would be the exfoliating drops right here. This one pairs really good with the retinol.
All right. And we see a lot of consultations, y'all. We're really excited. Thank you.
Chrissy,
Well,
did you
what
see
will
Sam's
help?
comment? Oh.
I'm sorry?
In a minute, if you'll go over to the team and see Sam's comment.
I will mention that. Don't let me forget that. You young green girls. What will help with dry skin under the eye? Brenda was asking a question, and we actually have a new eye cream. It's new-ish. It came out in the fall, and it's called Eye-mazing, and it is a lovely eye cream. It's my favorite. I, of course, have mature eye skin. I don't think we have one in here, but it is a little tub. I believe it's a 1/2 ounce, and it is a rich, really nice, rich cream with lots of goodies in it that are going to hydrate the under eyes, and you can use it on the lids. It's called Eye-mazing, like your eye, Eye-mazing eye cream, and it is also 12% off. Sam, if you could post that pricing as well for us. I believe it's 78, but I'm scared I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's under 100.
Yes, I believe it's 78, and you get 12% off of that. So it's nicely priced for a very nice eye cream.
And you can use it morning and night, so you can put makeup over it. It's not too greasy. It absorbs in nice too.
And I love it because when I wake up in the morning, I can still feel that I have it on where, sometimes my eyes feel dry when I wake up with other products. It is my favorite eye cream. Okay. And this is what I wanted to say. The extra discount is good till the end of December on the new 180 products. Yes. We will extend the 12% off on the new 180 products that Olivia mentioned through the end of December, just to give you a little extra time. All right. And now we're going to talk. Kelly, Olivia and I forgot our Santa hat. Losers in the Snellville. So as we mentioned, the first 50 people to register for the webinar and watch it to this point will receive a free Skin Medica kit. This is such an awesome little kit. It has the Aha Baha exfoliating cleanser, a good travel size. It has 2 samples of the Limovive serum. It has a sample, good travel size of the HA5, which is an awesome moisturizing, a little bit heavier serum, not quite a moisturizer, but a little bit heavier serum. And then a good size sample of the Total Defense and Repair sunscreen. So this would be awesome just to throw in your bag and take on a trip with you. And a very nice washcloth. I love the washcloth, so velvety, very nice. So we will reach out to you. We can see who stayed on the webinar. We can see, who registered the first 50. So, and I wish we had enough kits to give to 122 awesome people that sat with us through this entire thing in the middle of Christmas season. Holiday season. It has been nice to spend our evening with you, and we really appreciate you guys. We wish you the happiest of holidays. Please come see us. We have lots of good goodies for you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you soon. Happy holidays.